Alright, hello there YouTube. So I wanted to come back and do a video. This time around it's going to be on my Dissection collection. Now Dissection is a band, or was a band, that formed in the early 90s in Sweden. And they released a couple of LPs and a couple of demos, and then the lead singer went to prison for a couple years. And then when he returned in the mid-2000s, they recorded an LP, and then the lead singer committed suicide, ending the band permanently. So I've got all three of their LPs on picture disc, and I wanted to go through them all. These are represses that were done by the End Records. Each of them were limited to 1,000 copies each. So yeah, here we go. This is their first album, The Somber Lane. Now you may notice that the cover artwork is really fantastic, and that's one of the first things that caught my eye about Dissection, really. Their music also is really nice, because I think most people get the impression that black metal is really like simplistic or doesn't take talent to play or whatever. But this band is definitely an exception to that rule, because if you listen to the music, it's really well played, it's really fast paced and really nicely done, really intricate and complicated indeed. It's also got lyrics on this side. And let's see here. The picture disc itself, I don't actually like it all that much. And the reason why is because side A is really dark. And I think I really like picture discs because they're really nice to look at. But, you know, when the picture is this dark, there's really not that much to look at. B-side is a little bit better, definitely. And this is also a gatefold. I'm not going to open up the gatefold because, well, it's not really that eventful, but also it's got the shrink wrap on it. So I won't be showing you the gatefold, but it is a gatefold. But yeah, this is a really good introduction to Dissection if you've not heard of them. It's also got really cool acoustic interludes in between, which I'm actually a really big fan of. And I think for a while these picture discs were going for a lot of money because they were only limited to 1,000, and they sold out, and they started selling for like $70, $80, even $100. So I think they've come down in price a little bit because they've repressed them again, but this time on colored vinyl LP. So they've kind of calmed down a little bit, but they're still pretty up there in price. So do be prepared to pay a little bit of money if you want the picture disc LP version of this. Moving on to their second LP. This one is Storm of the Light's Bane. And this was my introduction to Dissection. I was immediately blown away when I heard the song Knight's Blood, which is the second song on here. And the cover artwork again is really great. It's done by the same person that did the first LP cover art. And here's the back. And this one's also a gatefold, so you can display the picture disc on here, which is really nice. One of my gripes with picture discs is that they don't normally come in jackets, so I don't usually care for them for that reason, but when you're able to display them in this manner, I really do like that a lot. The picture disc for this one is really nice. This one I am a big fan of. This is really something nice to look at, definitely. So yeah, that's the A side of the album, and here's the B side with a picture of the band. But yeah, this one is definitely one of my favorite picture disc LPs that I own. Musically speaking, this album is more along the same sort of lines as the first LP. It's just kind of black metal combined with death metal, and it's really intricate and complicated. Really well played, and really catchy riffs indeed as well. And I'd have to say my favorite songs on here on the A side. And yeah, that's all there is to show for this one. This one especially, like Storm of the Light's Bane on vinyl, it's just, it always seems to be ridiculously high. They didn't seem to come down in price all that much for Storm of the Light's Bane. It's a really sought after album indeed on vinyl. And I think it's probably the most popular Dissection album to date. So anyways, Also, I forgot to mention that they do come with this cool sticker on the shrink wrap, which shows that it's limited to 1,000 copies. So yeah. Moving on to the last picture disc LP that I've got here. This is the last album that they did before the suicide of the main guy. This is Raining Chaos. As you can see, the cover art isn't as impressive here, but I do love that symbol that's on the front there. Here's the back. And also, in a second I'm going to have to take this out. Also, this is a gatefold, so again you can display the picture disc in here. And it's got a picture of the band there as well. By this point in the band, the only one that was the original guy was the main guy in the band, and the other two guys were more recent recruits to the band. So it didn't actually play on the earlier albums. A lot of people don't like this album as much as the other ones, which is fair enough, but for me, I really am a big fan of this LP indeed. It's different, definitely, but at this point in time, I mean, it was probably a decade after Stone the Blood Spain, so I can't really blame Dissection for going in a different direction, you know, instead of rehashing the same old, same old. So it's a lot more mid-paced compared to the other ones. There's not a lot of blast beats, but I think this is probably the catchiest of the Dissection LPs, definitely. Because I think they focus more on making catchy riffs as opposed to making fast-paced tremolo picking riffs. So yeah, by the way, I really love this picture disc. And like I said before, they don't make a lot of the whooshing sound. They actually sound a hell of a lot like black vinyl. That's how quiet they are. Definitely. I know it's a bold statement, but believe me, they sound great. This album is not quite as expensive as the other two that I showed you, and I think that's purely because it's not as popular of an album. But I would have to say some of my favorite songs on here are Beyond the Horizon, Starless Aeon, Black Dragon, and the title track as well is really great. I would highly recommend that you check this out if you're one of those people that just never heard it because you heard so many bad things about it. Believe me that you'll be pleasantly surprised. This is a really fantastic album. So yeah, Raining Chaos. It's probably going to be around $30 or so for this version of the LP, but the original press of it does sell for quite a bit of money. I've seen it sell for well over $100 in the past. So that's probably what you'll be looking to pay around. More or less, around $100. So yeah. Dissection. That is my entire Dissection collection. I will be getting more stuff in the future when I get the chance to. I'm looking to get like maybe some shirts and DVD or something like that. I think they do have the DVD out. Should be getting that. But anyways, yeah. I'll catch you guys later. I'll probably do a video tomorrow, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.